Tragic accident claims life of 40-year-old man in WCD. Police are investigating a fatal accident that occurred early this morning at approximately 12:10 a.m. on the Waller's Delight public road. The incident involved motorcar PVV 2663, driven by Ashley Raymond, a 43-year-old female from UNSOLVED, and pedestrian Abdul Sharaf Rahim, a 40-year-old resident of Section B, Cummings Lodge, East Coast, Demerara. According to reports, Rahim's wife, Sonia Ramlakan, 32, informed investigators that her husband was attempting to retrieve his car keys from her, but she refused as he was under the influence of alcohol. In frustration, Rahim walked across the road, lifting his hands in the air and standing directly in the vehicle's path. The driver stated that the area was poorly lit, and despite her efforts to avoid a collision, the right front side of the car struck Rahim, causing him to be thrown into the air. He landed on the vehicle's windscreen before rolling off the bonnet and onto the roadway. Emergency services were called, and Rahim was transported to the West Demerara Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. His body has been taken to Ezekiel Funeral Home, pending a post-mortem examination. Authorities have confirmed that investigations into the incident are ongoing. Police recover stolen fishing boat and engines in Riverton. At approximately 10 a.m. today, police acted on a tip-off and conducted a search at No. 75 Beach, Riverton, leading to the recovery of a stolen fishing boat marked Avanash. During the search, officers also discovered 4 Yamaha 40-horsepower engines buried alongside the boat. The recovery follows an alleged theft that occurred around midnight last night at the Aberry Sluice/river mouth in Region No. 5. Reports indicate that 3 unidentified males stole the boat and several outboard engines from multiple fishermen. The stolen property belongs to several individuals, including Kumar Bisnoth, a 54-year-old fisherman from Airy Hall, Mahayakoni, who lost a 40-foot cruiser boat, blue, white, and black, with the name Avanash, along with a 40-horsepower Yamaha engine. Harry Nareen Persad, 50, from Catherine Mahayakoni, who lost a 40-horsepower Yamaha engine. Anthony Gubdios, 39, also from Catherine Mahayakoni, who lost a 40-horsepower Yamaha engine. Puran Ramdat, 49, from Good Faith Mahayakoni, who lost a 40-horsepower Yamaha engine. Jagdesh Ramdat, 50, from Good Faith Mahayakoni, who lost a 40-horsepower Yamaha engine. Dorothy Boudou, 42, from Dundee Mahayakoni, who lost a 60-horsepower Yamaha engine. Takurdial Nareen, 59, from Novar Mahayakoni, who lost a 40-horsepower Yamaha engine. Gopal Nareen, 28, from Novar Mahayakoni, who lost a 40-horsepower Yamaha engine. Ryan Solomon, 50, from Paradise, WCB, who lost a 15-horsepower Yamaha engine. According to witnesses, the Aberry Sluice/river mouth is an active fishing area where boats are typically tied up with ropes. Fisherman Michael Semple, 51, reported that he was approached by the suspects while alone in the area. They threatened him with a firearm, tied him up, and began cutting the bolts of the engines using an angle grinder. They then loaded the engines onto Bisnoth's boat, which was filled with gasoline containers. At one point, the suspects untied Semple and forced him to help transfer the engines into the boat. After completing their theft, they tied Semple again and fled with the boat and engines, heading east toward Suriname. After freeing himself, Semple raised the alarm, prompting police involvement. He has since been taken into custody pending further investigation. Authorities continue to investigate the incident and seek information regarding the suspects. 41 officers promoted in the Guyana Defense Force. The Guyana Defense Force, GDF, has announced the promotion of 41 officers, following approval from His Excellency, President and Commander-in-Chief, Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali. This decision aligns with Part 3 Section 16 of the Defense Act 1501 of 1977. Leading the list of promotions is Substantive Lieutenant Colonel Lloyd Souvenir, who has been elevated to the rank of Substantive Colonel and serves as the Commandant of the Guyana National Reserve. In addition, Acting Lieutenant Colonels Raymond Archer, John Mohanlal, and Jose Ferreira have been confirmed in their ranks as Substantive Lieutenant Colonels. 9 Substantive Majors have also been promoted to Acting Lieutenant Colonel, including Kevin Langvine, Cranson France, Jamie Costello, Marvin Simpson, Kavon Gray, Jocelyn Asana, Damon Joseph, Keith Watts, Kirk Marlock. Moreover, Acting Major Kareem Graham has been made substantive in his rank. Substantive captains Ian Cameron, Brent Bart, Michael Favourite, and Othniel Hope have been promoted to acting major, joining the esteemed corps of senior officers. The Coast Guard, CG, also saw significant promotions, with Acting Commander Adrian McLean elevated to Substantive Commander. Additionally, 3 Substantive Lieutenants Clinton Venture, Kenrick Rodney, and Derek Johnson have been promoted to Acting Lieutenant Commander. Congratulations are extended to all newly promoted officers for their achievements and dedication to the service. 15 months later. Families still searching for answers about missing fishermen. Guyana Times. It has been 15 months since Hazrat Razak, a 59-year-old fisherman, and 3 others disappeared at sea, leaving their families in a state of profound uncertainty and grief. Despite the passage of time, the families remain hopeful, continuing their search for answers while clinging to the hope that their loved ones will return. Hazrat Razak, a dedicated fisherman for over 4 decades, went missing on November 16, 2023, after setting out with his uncle, Sisal Prasad, the captain of their boat, and 2 crew members, Vikram Singh and Warren Yipsam. They were on a mission to deliver a battery and alternator to a boat that had broken down. The group was expected to return by Saturday, but when the distressed boat returned without them on Monday, the family's worst fears began to unfold. Hazina Bahadur, Hazrat's daughter, expressed the relentless uncertainty her family has endured since that day. Following their disappearance, the family launched an immediate search. A relative took a boat to the location where the men were believed to be, but mechanical issues forced their return. The Guyana Defense Force, GDF, Coast Guard was alerted, prompting both air and water searches. Although a possible sighting of the boat was reported, by the time authorities arrived, the vessel was no longer in the area, and the search was eventually called off. As months passed without any news, the family's frustration grew. They even reached out to authorities in neighboring Venezuela for assistance, but received no response. "We just want confirmation," said Hazina. "Every day we hope for news." The emotional toll has been immense. Amrita Razak, Hazrat's wife of over 40 years, has remained strong for the sake of their children and grandchildren, yet the absence of her husband has created an irreplaceable void in her life. The pain is deeply felt by Hazrat's grandchildren, especially 12-year-old Sophia, who shared a close bond with her grandfather. Hazina recalls how her father would take Sophia everywhere, just as he once did with her. "My dad and I had a great relationship. He was the best father in the world. We miss him a lot," Hazina shared. She reflected on the challenges of celebrating birthdays and holidays without him, saying, "It's the hardest around birthday time, and spending 2 Christmases without him was not easy." Although the Coast Guard's official search has concluded, the family continues to advocate for further investigation, hoping for answers that have eluded them for over a year. "We just want closure," Hazina stated. As time continues to pass, the Razak family remains resolute in their determination to find the missing men, clinging to hope and the desire for answers.